Okay, so distributive property here. This question here is a complex version. Okay, so first off, and we've looked at this before when we have two numbers that are squared, we're essentially taking them and multiplying the two brackets by each other, right? A binomial.
Well, this has a bracket too.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that one's not set up.
exponent?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no,
but we'll set it up that way because that's usually a hard one. And this one here, this is basic distributive because there's not two numbers in a bracket.
Yeah.
There's just one term, so we bring that one term into both. So I'm going to start off by doing what comes first, but you can technically order this any way you like. We would technically multiply that. So I'm going to rewrite that part, and then I'm just going to write this as two brackets. So 3x, so 2x minus
although
1.
this one came with two brackets.
Yeah, x plus 3. And then we would just rewrite this as x plus 3. Okay? Then we take, so I'll start with the first term. We'll take this 3x and multiply it by those two terms. Okay? So when we do that, 3x times 2x. So we take the two coefficients, 3 times 2, and that's going to give us 6. Right? And then x times x will give us x squared. Okay? Then the next term, 3x times negative 1, will now give us negative 3x. And that's essentially the first part of the question. The second part, so now I'm going to write the negative in, and this is going to be, and I'll write this in, well, I'll write in black to start, and then I'll write in blue after to show that we're doing it. Okay, plus 3. That's where your FOIL comes in, right? So we would do the first terms, so this is our F, okay, first terms, O, our outside terms, our I, which is our inside terms, so we write our I, and then our last terms are in black. Those are our last terms, right?
Oh, it's not like this, the F-O-I-L.
Yeah, I just put the L on top instead, and you had the O on top. It's the exact same idea. They're the exact same numbers, okay? So we've already done this part in red, so I'm going to kind of keep it in red. Think of it as like it's frozen, and we don't have to deal with it. So 6x squared minus 3x, okay? And then subtract, and I'm going to put this all into a square bracket. So my first terms, that's what I'm doing blue. X times x will give us x squared, okay? Then O. O is x times positive 3, so it's plus 3x, okay? The inside terms are 3 times x, so plus 3x, okay? And finally, the last terms are 3 times 3, so it's positive 9. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to what we've done. So I'm still not done here. I want to collect my like terms. So my two terms in the middle are my like terms. So I'm going to collect those two like terms. I'm going to start coloring this black now, but still think of it as frozen. It's just kind of sitting there. We're not doing anything with it because we've already done what we need to. We have our negative, and then we have our bracket.
Oh, you
x.
solved that first already.
Yeah, I decided to solve that first already.
Yeah.
3x and 3x is positive 6x.
Yeah, that's what I was confused.
Now here's the trick. Because there's a negative at the front of this, you actually have to distribute the negative term to everything. So think of it like we're multiplying by negative 1 all those terms, okay? So, again, this stays the same, 6x squared minus 3x. And I'll write this in red. Negative 1 times x squared would give us negative 1x squared. Okay? Negative 1 times positive 6 would give us negative 6x. And negative 1 times positive 9 would give us negative 9. So now all my brackets are gone. I'm going to rewrite this in black. So I can, again, look at collecting like terms. So you notice this is a more in-depth question. Negative 1x squared, negative 6x minus 9. So, like terms, I look for anything that has x squared. I have 6x squared and negative 1x squared. So that's the first pairing I'm going to deal with. Okay. I also have negative 3x and negative 6x. Those are like terms. And negative 9 is by itself. So I know I'm going to have negative 9. There's nothing to do there. The first one I'll do is 6x squared minus 1. So it's like 6 minus 1, which will give me 5x squared. Okay. The green ones. Negative 3x minus 6x is the same as negative 3 minus 6. So that gives me negative 9x. Okay. If you're confused, just use your calculator for the coefficients. And then my last term is just my negative 9. So in the end, I'll rewrite it. But technically, my colored version is the answer. 5x squared minus 9x.
This side still stayed frozen, and you didn't do anything.
Yeah, up until there.
Up until here, right?
Yeah. So right up until this point here, it was all frozen. I dealt with everything on the right. And then once I got to the right, Yeah, on this step here is when I started dealing with everything all together.
Oh, and that's when you did the 6.
Yep.
X take away from it.
Yeah, I did the 6x, take away the
1.
1.
Oh, because you click the like terms,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
This side confused me for a sec.
That's okay, and I'll print that out for you.
Okay.